Today's show is brought to you by Hawaii Catholic Schools. Congratulations to 2021 Teacher of the Year, Mary Jane Venata of Maryknoll School. Mahalo to award sponsors, Chaminade University, John C. and Mary Lou Brogan, Aloha Kia, Hele Gas, and the Augustine Educational Foundation.
Aloha, I'm Kiana Cayabyab, and you're watching Star News Live. Here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. A 69-year-old Hilo woman was killed and her 26-year-old grandson was arrested in a suspected impaired driving crash on the Big Island late Wednesday night. Hawaii Island Police said that just before midnight, a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee SUV traveling east on Kalani'anaole Avenue in Hilo negotiated a curve too wide and fast for the wet road. The SUV veered off the road, struck a rock and telephone pole, and flipped over. Passenger Helen Napeahi of Hilo suffered internal injuries in the crash and was taken to Hilo Medical Center where she was pronounced dead early Thursday morning. Her grandson, Kyle Napeahi, also of Hilo, was driving the SUV and was uninjured. He was arrested for suspicion of operating a vehicle under the influence of an intoxicant, driving without a valid driver's license, and negligent homicide. Police say they believe drug use, speed, and inattention to driving were factors in the crash. Hawaii health officials reported one new coronavirus-related death and 75 additional COVID-19 cases today. The latest figures bring the statewide virus death toll to 519, and the total number of infections since the start of the pandemic to 38,196. Today's reported fatality was the first COVID-related death in Hawaii in a week. Today's new infection cases include 42 on Oahu, 8 on the Big Island, 7 on Maui, 6 on Kauai, and 12 Hawaii residents diagnosed outside of the state. More than 1.7 million doses of the vaccine have been administered, with 58% of Hawaii's population now fully vaccinated. The number of active COVID cases remains low in Hawaii, with 611 infected people who are required to quarantine in the state. Health officials also reported 5 new COVID hospitalizations today. A former epidemiologist for Hawaii's health department is suing the state, alleging that she was fired in retaliation for speaking out about the state's COVID-19 contact tracing program. Last year, Jennifer Smith accused the department of lying about how many contact tracers were on staff. Smith says her subsequent firing was punishment for speaking out. She said supervisors accused her of inappropriate social media posts and releasing confidential information, which she denies. The lawsuit asks that Smith be reinstated to her job, receive back pay, and damages. Health department officials declined to comment about the lawsuit, which was filed on Wednesday. A fire that broke out at a single-story home in Waimanalo Wednesday night caused about $385,000 in damage to the structure and its contents. More than 30 firefighters responded to the fire on Kuhimana Street just before 8 p.m. and found heavy black smoke and flames coming from all sides of the home. All occupants evacuated the house, and Honolulu paramedics treated a 49-year-old man for minor burns. The American Red Cross is assisting the displaced family, and the cause of the fire is under investigation. Finally, an Alabama sailor who was killed during the attack on Pearl Harbor nearly 80 years ago has been positively identified and will be buried in his hometown next month. The Pentagon said Wednesday that DNA testing and anthropological analysis were used to verify the remains of Navy fireman second class Ralph C. Battles of Boaz, Alabama. Battles was 25 years old and assigned to the USS Oklahoma when the battleship was hit by multiple torpedoes during the Japanese attack on December 7, 1941. The ship capsized, killing Battles and 428 other crewmen. Remains of the dead were recovered by 1944 and interred at cemeteries in Hawaii. The remains of unidentified victims were exhumed in 2015 for analysis, and Battles' remains were finally identified in February. A service is set for Battles on August 28th in his hometown in Alabama. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Go to CatholicSchoolsHawaii.org today for more information on our 27 schools statewide. We accept applications and enroll students year-round.